beautiful and handsome subscribers. This time around, I want to check image compression libraries, and I'm lately more interested in website optimization. And let's imagine for my website, I want to have this wonderful picture, and it's rather large, 4.6, almost 5 megabytes. There's no way I would put that on my hero div whatever because it wouldn't load fast, right? I want to optimize it, and let's say you come up with a script to automate image compression down to 400 pixels. You run it, and after only 1 second something, it creates mini version of that file, and it's better and faster to load for your website. Now in this case it was JavaScript using a cool library Sharp, and in this case if I run the scalar app, which is a binary, it has built me the same application just now. You can see by time mini-me. Alright, and this is a Go application. Let me move my beautiful face over here, which is quite a bit of code. I am using a library resize, and I'm just for testing purposes iterating over the same image 10 times just to get a sense of speed. So the scaling work down to 400 pixels took Go code a bit more time than JavaScript code. I mean, I understand there might be caching within that library, Sharp. We don't pass it the file reference like we do in the Go code. Maybe it caches file access or handler inside of it to make things faster. I don't know. But Go code is slightly slower. But that's fine. It's still relatively fast. So the thing I wanted to address was actually deployment part of it, and specifically the size of these scripts had I decided to actually use them on my production. Let's see my Go application. It uses only almost 3 megabytes, and it's not optimized. It might be even smaller, slightly. Maybe it could be compressed down to 2 megabytes and whatever, 100 kilobytes. So deployment of one file would be relatively easy. Yeah, especially if it would be a standalone application, which I don't know, launch via CLI. As for Node.js application, well, it is smaller, considerably smaller. It uses some library too, but that library, as great as it is, causes the entire Node modules to be slightly a bloat. I mean, it's 16 megabytes for that image processing power. And in order to have this power, yes, it's a bunch of C++ code, highly optimized application, which is built into a dynamic library which Node.js can utilize to give you that power. But for image scaling, I mean, my simple case shows a lot. There's a lot of times just the need to downscale image a bunch to fit that 224 smaller screen. Oh, where am I? Yeah, smaller screen, or maybe to 1400 pixel in width, right? That's all you need. Um, is this really needed? Do you really need to complicate your wonderful JavaScript project with some dynamic libraries inside there? Or maybe it's worth to actually use some other language which will make it a bit more feasible and easy to deploy it on a backend and use it as a standalone application. Quite a challenge, right? And I can see this approach in JavaScript becoming like a technology zoo. You have your C++ compiled code used in here, but as cool as it is, it's a bloat, right? Not a bloat even, it's a giant mess of technologies combined together in a way they shouldn't be combined, in my opinion. But I know for a fact it works somewhere in my area of work, which it suits perfectly. This library suits perfectly the needs. But I would go with a simpler approach. And this technology zoo, in my opinion, would be even better because it is a standalone application. You don't need your Bun or Node.js environment like here in order for it to run. You don't pull that requirement in for your backend, right? So on backend you would have that Node.js in Docker somewhere, which is what 40 or 100 megabytes, and that would read just that thing to downscale your images, or you would have your application compiled into a binary and it would be placed maybe in Docker too in some 20, 40 megabytes also, but the startup of that is way faster. So I'm on the edge over here, right? I'm checking both of the options and somehow this Go code seems like I just washed, like I just took a bath and I don't feel like it's smelly over here. Just the deployment side of it. Well, anyway, that's enough for the rant. I'm not gonna post that code. It's just my quick test. Not quick test. I spent like an hour researching this shit. Anyway, I hope you liked the rant. And yeah, have a nice one. And be healthy, do sports.